All right, thank you.
So we went out there and 2 weeks ago. Everything there was, cleaned it all, septics, leaks, buildings, concrete, power poles, pipes, Their response gave was simple. Actually, it was August. Then it was April again. And now here we are, and we're done with it. We're just sort of
It ain't over till it's over.
Lee says that I need to talk to you about your decorum a little bit. You need to, adjust a little snazzy. This Hawaiian shirt stuff.
He talks about my decorum. I'm going to go back and.
I wonder where Ruth is tonight.
I don't know.
We'll see. I hope for summer rain to get some grass grown. I think we're free. Last night I was retired. If you look at check this thing last year, $35 difference. So what we said, that wasn't for that's $5. Yeah, we need all our big profit. The 500 is yes, that was part of the thing we did. Your construction, where we want you to keep going. When we're not changing winches, we make actions.
I didn't even see it. Yeah, oh, I saw it. And I should have forgotten.
We have a trainer come in, typical all forward trainer. He ran about 7 minutes. And so we make this
Who's in the back door?
Backdoor man.
When you get a chance, I got a guy that wants a couple of your signs in your yard if you have any.
Okay.
Me too.
I didn't get over to see him in close up. I watched it in my backyard. That was an excellent fireworks display you guys put on. Crescent Valley started just a little bit after yours and ended shortly after yours, so you were very competitive. Thank you.
Good.
I understand you're the responsible party of it.
One of them. Yeah, there's several people that served on the committee and busted their fanny to make it happen, so.
Well, it happened and it looked good. I want to be sure you got patted on the back.
Good, thank you.
Too often you don't get that recognition.
We'll be doing it again next year, and we're always looking for more volunteers.
Well, if I'd known, we were out of town till that afternoon, and we were coming back from the tea time.
There's really no excuse.
Yeah.
You should have been.
Well, you know,
all the fireworks. I don't want to hear that.
Dunk tank, you, next year. Don't listen out like you did this year.
Next year, maybe if I feel. I'm not going to go to that damn parade the day before. I'll tell you that. That's when I'm sick. Sonny, I'm a little older than you. When you grow up, I'm your model for when you grow up. Yeah. See what you have to look forward to?
I'm never going to grow up.
You have to look like that, huh?
That's what I heard before. How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, your wife did a great job on that. Yes. Really. She took all the crap I had and put it in the so it made sense.
Yeah, so instead of a bottle of water,
I'm good at it.
I know, they all come out in chunk.
Yeah. Light the fire.
How are you tonight? Look nice.
We're having fun.
Just waiting on you. All right, Master Sergeant.
Good morning, Mike. Hi, Mike. Yes, man, for the time.
Marley said we had to be behind you this day.
That's even got a shirt tucked in.
Well, you know. Every once in a while you fall down and don't look at it. Took a shower. This way. Are we starting? Oh, sure.
Having fun.
You're going to be the busy one now.
Why?
After tonight.
No. I'm retired.
Good for you. They meet all the time, all over the place.
Over there. No, not me. No. Is that yours?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's we're unspoiled. Yeah. We're unspoiled.
All right. Yeah, that's right. We don't get it. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Denny's at this.
Do you want a cup of water, Jack?
No, thank you. Is that me?
I missed you this morning. What am I meeting?
No. Daryl and I decided to take the morning off. So
I didn't know what day it was.
You didn't know it.
Maybe that's why we took the morning.
That's why we took the morning off. All right. Okay. Are we? No. To spill? Oh, you're good. You're good.
We wouldn't say
All
a
right.
word.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Before we do our Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to recognize our police officers who risk their lives for us every day. Thank you very much. Please be seated. We have to have our Now we will rise for our Pledge of Allegiance, okay? That's our calisthenics program.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now you may be seated. May we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Chuka,
Here.
Councilmember Turner,
Here.
Councilmember Miller,
Here.
Councilmember Best,
Here.
Vice Mayor Croft,
Here.
Mayor Marley,
Here.
Councilmember Mendoza is absent this evening.
Okay. Introductions, presentations, and proclamations. We have none. Call to the public. Call to the public is an opportunity for the public to address the council on any issue within the jurisdiction of the council that is not on the agenda. Public comment is encouraged. Individuals are limited to speak for 3 minutes. Total time for call to the public may be up to 30 minutes per meeting. Council action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, scheduling the matter for further consideration and decision at a later date, or responding to criticism. Do we have anyone for call to the public? Yes, sir. While you're coming up, I'm not going to be rude, but I got to go get a glass of water. So.
Go ahead. Give me one too, would you?
Yes, sir.
I'm Craig Brown, Chairman of Central Yavapai Metropolitan Planning Organization and County Supervisor for District 4. What I wanted to announce to you tonight was that we have entered into an agreement with Cable One News Network, and SIMPO is, thanks, Mayor, has entered into an agreement with Cable One, and we're going to start producing public service announcements for distracted driving. It's a huge campaign that's going to begin. Actually, it's already began last month when we issued a proclamation declaring July Distracted Driving Month awareness. And what you're going to be seeing is that different agencies, which includes Chino Valley's Police Department, will be making individual commercials for each of their areas that will be played on Cable One as a public service announcement. We're also looking at partnering with one of the radio groups, and they are also going to be doing public service announcements over the radio on the hazards of distracted driving. Chief Wynn has already met with this, and he's going to be either number 2 or 3 commercials that's coming out this month. Sheriff did the first one, obviously. Okay. And so we just want to let you know that keep an eye out if you've got Cable One, and if you see these, that you'll realize these will be locally produced, and we're using funds that we had left over for public service and getting some of this money from NACOG, and Cable One is doing a heck of a job of giving us a great deal on the production of all of these commercials, and we want to thank them. So anyway, I wanted you to be aware of it. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else for call to the public? Yes, sir.
Good evening. Richard Bowler, Paulden. And along the lines of no good deed should go unpunished, the Paulden Area Community Organization would like to thank the City Council for all the good stuff you've done for our community over the past 3 years that I've been involved in it. In general, most recently for the supporting the Paulden pool bus, getting local kids into the pool and using your pool and the facilities, and getting adults into the town that don't have transportation. More specifically, over the last 3 years, we'd like to thank Mayor Marley and Vice Mayor Croft for their participation in the Salute to Vets, the annual Salute to Veterans observance that we put on. So, at any rate, we have got to have a letter, and it's signed by the current president of PACO and last year's president, me, and just saying thank you for all you've done. So,
excellent. Thank
all
you.
of you.
If you would give that to Ms. Grimm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else for call to the public? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. My name is Lee Paul. I live in Appaloosa Meadows 2. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing Tumbling Tumbleweeds.
Thank you.
However, I see you brought a drink to Supervisor Brown. I'd kind of like a Jack Daniels on the rocks.
Thank you.
But I guess that's out.
Yes, sir.
No, seriously, I would like to say that last Thursday, 7th of July, we had a terrible thing happen. And, we have Mother's Day, Father's Day, we got Ice Cream Day, Popcorn Day, all kind of days. We ought to have a police appreciation day in the United States of America. And I see no reason why it can't start right here in Chino Valley. And it might even be on the anniversary of those 5 police officers who were murdered on the streets of Dallas by some idiot. They weren't shooting at anybody. You know, in a war, you got people shooting at you and you're shooting at them. It's a little different. They were carrying on their activities, overseeing a peaceful demonstration, protecting the very people that were demonstrating against them. The police have a raw deal in this country. They've never had it really good and never really appreciated by everyone. I'd like to see the city or the town of Chino Valley start something like a police appreciation day once a year, and that's just a thought that I had. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
All right, thank you. Mr. Smith, if you would, could you look into what all's involved in doing a declaration like that? Okay, thank you. Any others for call to the public? Okay, call to the public is now closed. Response to the public. Response to the public is an opportunity for the mayor to inform the public about how town officials address matters raised during call to the public at a previous meeting. We have no response to the public. Nothing was raised last meeting. Current event summaries and reports. This item is for information only. The mayor, any council member, or town manager may present a brief summary or report of current events or ask a staff member to provide the same. Presentation on information requested by the mayor and council will be made and questions answered. No action will be taken. Do we have any status reports on this side? Okay. Do we have any? Yes, sir.
On July 27th, right here at 6 p.m., there's a candidates forum. If you'll come, you have the opportunity to question those candidates that are running for office in Chino Valley.
Excellent. Thank you. Any other? Okay. I wanted to publicly thank Dennis Gizzi for opening up his property and allowing the parking for the 4th of July festivities. Without that parking, a lot of folks would have been lining the streets. It would have been a mess. But he was nice enough to open up his property for us, and I want to thank our town folks for helping him on that with all the traffic and all of the carrying on. We had a great 4th of July festivities. I don't think anybody even noticed Prescott, but Chino Valley, they noticed our fireworks. So, before I do the mayor's report, did you have anything, Mr. Smith?
I did. I had a brief update for Council, Mayor. I just wanted to report the Center Street Sewer Project.
Yes, sir.
Is in engineering and is approaching 90% engineering. We will be engaging the creation of a bid and then letting the bid. Construction should commence on that project in late August or early September with a conclusion in November. The Industrial Park project is in similar straits. It is past 60% engineering, but we have not hit 90% yet. We've been working with the EDA on getting that project finalized so that we can take it out to bid. The Road 1 East project, per council's direction, we're cranking up the engineering on that. We were at 30% as of about 3 weeks ago. The right-of-way is supposed to be in front of the court in October. As soon as we get valuation on that right-of-way, we will come back to council for approval on moving forward with the construction processes there. Just to report, last month, the town of Chino Valley permitted 20 homes. That's the most homes in 1 month that we've seen in a decade. And in the last year, the town of Chino Valley has created over $20 million in valuation. And for comparison, over the prior 3 years, we created $25 million. So this has been a very good year for us. Things are moving in the right direction.
Excellent. Thank you. The mayor's report on Old Home Manor recreational uses. At the town council meeting on March 8th of this year, the mayor's ad hoc Old Home Manor Recreation Committee delivered its first formal report on proposed recreational uses of the town's property located at Old Home Manor on Perkinsville Road. The property consists of approximately 880 acres of relatively flat land, 240 acres of which have been dedicated as an industrial park, and the remainder being slated for recreational uses by the town. The committee, made up of members of the council, members of the community, and a member of the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, reviews suggested land uses and recommends those uses to council for possible approval. Since the land in the recreational area already has a number of existing structures and dedicated uses in place, it has been the responsibility of the committee to attempt to fit proposed uses into available spaces around those existing facilities. The eastern end of the property being already occupied by the police department's shooting range, the town's rifle and pistol ranges, and the model aviators facility will hopefully be filled in with similar recreational uses. The central portion of the recreational area, where the Chino Mud Run took place this year, will be a multiple use area, hopefully hosting similar events and possibly an expansion of the Model Aviators facility. The western end of the recreational area has presented somewhat more of a challenge since we have existing structures already in place, a ball field, the old rodeo grounds, and a maintenance facility, as well as the existing lease with Yavapai College. The committee has recently been contacted regarding the possibility of siting a motorsports facility in the western end of the recreation area, but there are some significant hurdles to overcome before that proposal comes before council. And just a quick side note, whatever is proposed out there comes before council as a conceptual use, and then it comes back later to look at the lease itself. So it comes before the council twice. With the Chino Valley Equestrian Association finalizing its location in the western end of the recreational area, the committee's challenge will be ensuring that we have sufficient infrastructure to support all users and resolving compatibility issues between various recreational needs. If that can be accomplished, the citizens of the town will have a wide array of recreation for our youth, as well as a significant source of income for the community. Chris Marley, Mayor of Chino Valley. Moving onward to the consent agenda, all those items listed below may be considered to be routine and may be enacted by one motion. Any council member may request to remove an item from consent agenda to be considered and discussed separately. There are no consent agenda items. We move on to action items. The council may vote to recess the public meeting and hold an executive session on any item on this agenda pursuant to ARS 38-431.03A3 for the purpose of discussion or consultation for legal advice with the town attorney. Executive sessions are not open to the public, and no action may be taken in executive session. Our first item is consideration and possible action to approve ordinance number 16-820, rezoning approximately 1.37 acres of real property located at 3385 Bacon Lane, Chino Valley, Arizona, consisting of a portion of assessor's parcel number APN 306-04-002V, located within the southeast quarter of Section 3, Township 16N, Range 02W, Gila and Salt River Basin Meridian from CH, Commercial Heavy, Zoning District to SR1, Single Family Residential, 1 acre minimum, Zoning District. Mr. Garner.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for your time this evening. Before you, we have a proposed rezoning at 3385 Bacon Lane. This is the vicinity map showing the Highway 89 over here to the east of the subject parcel, and Road 4 North to the south of the subject parcel. Access to this parcel is from Bacon Lane on the residential portion and from Choctaw on the commercial heavy portion. The property is currently zoned commercial heavy and is surrounded by residential zoning to the west, to the south, and by commercial heavy zoning to the north and to the east. The request is to rezone a 1.37 acre portion of that 5 acre parcel from commercial heavy to single family residential 1 acre minimum. That's for the purpose of splitting the home and the associated uses off from the parcel and selling off that home. Rezone is required here because we would be moving the use from a residential property that is serving as a caretaker's quarter for the business to a residential property that is no longer associated with the commercial heavy use. Currently allowed under the zoning are all heavy commercial uses such as body shops, wholesale establishments, welding shops, and all conditional and permitted uses that are in commercial light as well. That does include a caretaker's residence for a commercial heavy business. Under the proposed zoning, single-family residences and any customary accessory uses are allowed, as well as an 800 square foot guest house. This is the proposed site plan and shows the existing uses as well. The home is located on this western portion of the property, access from Bacon Lane to the west, and proposed split is indicated here, and this portion of the property to the east would remain commercial heavy. This is a little bit more zoomed in so we can see what's going on. There's a workshop on the property on the commercial heavy portion, and a house existing on the portion that's proposed for single-family residence. In order to make sure that these uses are compatible next to each other, we require commercial heavy businesses to have landscape buffering on the residential side of a fence. This is the requirement for landscape buffer, and the applicant has agreed to this requirement. As you can see, we have 1 tree per 20 linear feet, and shrubs of 5 gallons or more. Public outreach was held for this in the normal fashion, mailed letters and posted the site 15 days prior to a neighborhood meeting. The neighborhood meeting was held here at Town Council Chambers on May 9th, and no members of the public were in attendance. We wrapped up and headed home. At P&Z, the proposal was recommended unanimously to Town Council. In terms of conformance with the general plan, this is outside of a community core, so it won't be impacted by any of those community core plans that will be coming forward. And it's located in a commercial / multifamily residential future land use. This is still compatible because the use is not changing. We're just changing the zoning here. With that, I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. Any questions on this side?
I have one.
Go ahead.
Can we go back to the landscape?
Yes, absolutely. Here we are.
Now, you said that this is the residential side is, that surprises me, because I would think it would be the commercial side that would have to bear the burden of the landscaping buffer.
So the residential side gets the landscaping because it's beautifying that side of the property, and it's what the residences see rather than the commercial side having all of the landscaping and the residents just seeing a big block wall or something of that nature.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm understanding that the residential homeowner has to pay for that residential buffer? Or has to pay for that landscaping?
They will not have to pay for that
Oh,
landscaping.
okay.
The
Now I
the
understand.
applicant will have to
Okay.
pay for that landscaping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions on this side? Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Chair would entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 16820, rezoning approximately 1.37 acres of real property located at 3385 Bacon Lane from CH Commercial Heavy Zoning District to SR1, Single Family Residential, 1 acre minimum zoning district. I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Item B, consideration and possible action to approve ordinance 16-821, rezoning approximately 5 acres of real property located at 2099 East Perkinsville Road, Chino Valley, Arizona, consisting of a portion of assessor's parcel number APN 306-02-018D, the northwest quarter of Section 13, Township 16 North, Range 02 West, Gila and Salt River Basin Meridian, from AR5, agricultural residential 5-acre minimum, to SR 2.5, single-family residential 2.5-acre minimum zoning district. Mr. Gardner.
Thank you again, Mayor and members of council. Before you, we have a proposed rezoning at 2099 East Perkinsville Road. Here is the vicinity map for the subject parcel. Perkinsville Road is located up here to the north of the map. The Peavine Trail is shown here, and the subject property is highlighted here in red. The current zoning map is shown here, Perkinsville Road again to the north. The subject property is currently zoned AR5, agricultural residential 5-acre minimum, and is adjacent to more AR5 zoning to the west, SR2 zoning to the east across the Peavine right-of-way, and SR 0.16 zoning to the south. This is Chino Meadows down here. It's all platted but not yet developed. The applicant has requested a rezone of this parcel from AR5 to SR 2.5. That would be single-family residential 2.5 acre minimum. The applicant's intent is to rezone and split the property. Currently allowed under zoning is a single-family residence on 5 acres or more, a 1,200 square foot guest house, and farm stands. Allowed under the proposed zoning are single-family residences on 2.5 acres or more and 800 square foot guest house. The proposed site plan is shown here. Parcel A consists of 2.5 acres. Parcel B consists of 2.5 acres as well to the south of Parcel A. And the existing home is shown here in black. Mm-hmm. Current conditions have a single-family residence on site built in 1989. Public outreach was held in the same fashion as before. Letters mailed, property posted. Neighborhood meeting was held on site by the applicant, and only family were in attendance. Mm-hmm. An affidavit of neighborhood meeting was submitted to the department per our new guidelines that we passed recently. In terms of general plan conformance, again, outside of a community core, won't be affected by any specific plans, and is in a medium-density residential future land use category. This conforms with the general plan.
Okay.
With that, I'll entertain any questions that council might have. Yes, sir.
I spoke with Ms. Mayday earlier. If you would, in future staff briefs, please let us know if there were no comments to the contrary
sure
or
thing.
any of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That way, if it's in the brief, we can go with
Absolutely.
it.
And there were none to the
Okay.
contrary for your
All right.
information.
Okay, thank
Yes.
you. Any questions on this side? Any questions on this side? No. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The chair would entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I want to recommend approval of ordinance number 16821, rezoning approximately 5.0 acres of real property located at 2099 East Perkinsville Road from AR5 agricultural residential 5-acre minimum zoning district SR 2.5 single family residential 2.5 acre minimum zoning district.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item C, I wish you guys would quit being so contentious, okay? Consideration and possible action to approve contract between the Town of Chino Valley and Lexington Law Firm for prosecutorial services effective July 20th, 2016 for a period of 2 years for an annual amount of $39,000. Ms. Gripman, is Ms. Gripman available? Okay.
She is. I don't have a presentation, but I can answer any questions. If you'd like me to recap it, I will for you.
I don't have any questions. Any on this side? Any on this side? Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate the agenda packet that we receive. Most of our questions are answered, so the chair would entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve contract between the Town of Chino Valley and Lexington Law Firm for prosecutorial services effective July 20, 2016 for a period of 2 years for an annual amount of $39,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item D, consideration and possible action to approve the First Amendment to the Arizona Commerce Authority Rural Economic Development Grant, or RADG, agreement to extend the term of the grant agreement until June 30th, 2017. Ms. Mayday.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Council. Before you, you have the First Amendment to the agreement with the Arizona Commerce Authority for the Rural Economic Development Grant. As you will recall, this grant was for $250,000. It had an 18-month sunset. Unfortunately, with the design delays that we've had and some issues with the Economic Development Administration and Congress delaying, we've had to extend this grant by 1 year.
Right.
If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
All right. Once again, I thank you for everything that was in the packet. Everything was well explained, and I've gotten my questions. I take it the council has gotten their questions answered this week. So, all right. If there's no questions, the chair would entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to take a motion to approve the First Amendment to REDG-15-01 with the Arizona Commerce Authority.
Second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. These, for our audience's sake, items D and E are because we had an engineering delay due to some, I guess, government oversight. Anyway, we won't go in there. Anyway, we've had a little delay on the engineering, but we're moving forward now, so. Item E, consideration and possible action to approve a grant agreement with Arizona Public Service, APS, in an amount not to exceed $75,000 for the purpose of funding the development improvements to the Old Home Manor Industrial Park. Ms. Mayday.
So in meeting with the economic development staff at APS and discussing shortfalls for small rural communities when it comes to basically scraping up enough money to be able to meet some of the match requirements for some of these grant programs, we discussed a possibility of APS partnering with the town. They like the idea so much that they're going to extend this on a statewide basis for recipients of the ACA Rural Economic Development Grants. We are the test case for this, so this has taken a little bit longer than it ordinarily would to be able to get this contract in front of you. Basically, the way this works is that it's tied to the ACA's reimbursement schedule. We send APS a copy of ACA, the reimbursement request to ACA. Once ACA approves it, APS will refund us 3.7% to cover that proportionate share of the grant.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions? All right. Yes, sir.
And who in our staff or what department in our staff will be responsible for the submittals and?
Development Services and Public Works.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Excellent. Thank you for keeping this moving forward, even though we had a couple of stumbling blocks. Okay, the chair would entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the APS grant agreement in the amount of $75,000 to be used for construction of infrastructure at Whole Home Manor Industrial Park.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Mr. Duffy. Consideration and possible action to adopt resolution number 16-1086, levying and assessing an ad valorem tax on the assessed value of all real and personal property within the boundaries of the Town of Chino Valley Street Lighting Improvement District, CVSLID, for fiscal year 2016-2017, pursuant to Section 48-616 Arizona Revised Statutes. Yes, sir, Mr. Duffy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is the very final step it takes to levy the tax for the Chino Valley Street Lighting Improvement District. As you know, this is the street lighting district in the Bright Star subdivision. And basically, the tax is levied on them for the cost of providing the electricity for the lights. So the town really has no expense related to this, but we receive the money from the county and then we pay the electric bills. So we manage the street lighting improvement district.
Right.
You've already adopted you adopted a tentative budget, you've adopted the budget, and now you're adopting the tax levy, the final step in the process.
All right. Chair would entertain.
No presentation?
No presentation.
Wow. I have one if you'd like it.
No, thank you.
No.
Watch what you asked for.
All right. So in essence, the town of Chino Valley is the middleman, and we're taking care of business. The chair would entertain a motion then.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 1686, levying and assessing the ad valorem tax for the Town of Chino Valley Street Lighting Improvement District for the fiscal year 2016-2017.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Consideration and possible action to appoint members of the council as the town's representative and alternate representative to the Central Yavapai Metropolitan Planning Organization, or SIMPO. Because one of our council members has been serving in that capacity and is working out of town quite a bit and sometimes out of state, I believe. We have two other folks that are available to serve. Council Member Best as the representative and Vice Mayor Croft as the alternative representative. Did we have any discussion? Does any of you have a burning desire to be on SIMPO?
I can't.
You don't want to go to one more meeting, huh?
No, I'm
good here. Thank you, though. Thanks.
right.
Thanks, you guys.
You bet.
You're doing great.
Well, would you like to make the motion?
Sure. Let me find it.
Gee.
I make a motion, we appoint Councilmember Best as representative and Vice Mayor Croft as alternate representatives to SIMPO.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Executive session. Council may vote to recess the regular meeting and hold an executive session, which will not be open to the public, for the following purposes. An executive session pursuant to ARS 38-431.03A4 for discussion or consultation with the town attorney in order to consider its position and instruct the town attorney regarding the town's position regarding a contract with the Prescott Sportsman's Club related to management of the Chino Valley Shooting Range facility that is the subject of negotiations. Do we need to take a break for a few minutes before? Yes? Okay, let's recess and meet again at 10 till. Would that be okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. We're going to recess and then we'll come back into order and recess to the exec session.
I'm fine.
Almost wasn't worth the drive.
That's why I needed to
I
research.
don't have one. Oh, good for
That's why she's.
That's better.
We had it, I thought.
No, we just took a quick break so everybody could go to the boys' room. We're gonna, but we're missing We're missing Councilmember
He
Turner.
was right here. He was right here. Where'd he go?
Oh, did he duck in there?
He's
Lon,
adjourned
are you
already.
back there?
Lon's adjourned. Yeah, he wants to go home.
Yeah.
He's getting old, you know.
I'm just trying to be efficient.
Just to have.
I know, they won't
All
let
right.
me be efficient.
All right. I know, Phyllis always asks me, did you adjourn to go to executive session?
Once
So,
we got inside, we'd have to.
okay, cool enough. Okay, we're back in session from our recess. Council may vote to recess the regular meeting and hold an executive session, which is not open to the public. The chair would
Make a
entertain a
motion
motion.
to adjourn into executive session.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We're recessing to executive session.
Now, Lonnie.
Jan, can you hear us? Yeah, if you would, go back and check on her, see if she's awake. Good evening. We still have an audience here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're good to go. All right.
Put that.
Action items resumed after the executive session. Council will reconvene the regular meeting. And the chair would entertain, we've given our attorney direction. The chair would entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Meeting in 4 seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Enjoy your vacation next
I will.
meeting.
So where are you leaving?